Hey guys and gals, Jim here today with update on the Revell 144th Saturn V rocket. I got all the paint work as far as the three stages done and all that. All I got left is the service command module and all, so we'll get to that probably tomorrow. But I just wanted to go over the basic white and black and everything since that's all complete now. Now, we'll start at the bottom of the first stage. Like I says, the instructions showed you these black bands coming all the way up through that corrugated area, and then a black stripe around there. That's not correct. This is the correct paint scheme for it. I got the aluminum down on the bottom of those fanned out areas. I guess they're like cowls for the engines. I won't be gluing the engines on until after I decal it and everything. That'll be like one of the final assembly things. I've got the fins masked off and painted with the aluminum and put and glued in place. Working the way up. The first stage ends right there, and that's just the ribbed area that gets the black there. And then you got this, this is called the instrument ring, where a lot of the instruments are, as far as when they lift off all the, to get them, the guidance and stuff, the guidance systems, all that stuff to get them on their way. The black bands follow up, and they're pretty much, the first stage and all that pretty much just follows the seam and all that. So then just keep on going up. And like I said, the instructions and the box are wrong. The ribbed area here gets painted black all the way to the end where it ends, and it goes into the smooth section. And then this black band that goes completely around should be about half the width of that ribbed surface and stuff. So we'll give her a spin around once I go through everything. And then you work your way up, and you got the tapered area with all the ribbing on it and stuff, and it gets the three different panels and all that. We'll spin around when I'm finished going through this. And in the top of the third stage, this is where it starts tapering here. So you got this seam here where the two pieces fit glue together. So that smooth area and half of the ribbed area should have the black band going all the way around, and you got to mask around all the stuff that's supposed to be left white and everything. So pretty much what I did, I sprayed the whole model white, and I used Rust-Oleum flat white, flat black. It's the 2 times coverage. It's the paint and primer mix, so I didn't bother priming the model. And there's what's left of my roll of masking tape. That started out as a full roll. It's probably a little bit less than halfway, half of it left and everything. A lot of masking on this and stuff. So that's just a plain old Scotch original blue painter's tape. And I have no problems with paint bleed or nothing like that, as long as you make sure you burnish it down real snug to the model. And that way you get nice crisp lines and everything and stuff. And I like the way it turned out, so we'll go back over this now. So you got your first stage is pretty much the same all the way around 4 sides and that. And then you go up to your second stage, your instrument ring and all that meet. And you'll see there's a lot of masking in between all that stuff. So that's a little bit imperfections with the plastic, and I really didn't have a file that could fit in those little ribs. It's kind of almost like the plastic had bubbles on the surface or something, the way it was molded. So we're not going to worry about that too much. That's just a little bit of dust on there. And then that goes all the way around. Like I said, there's a lot of masking on this stage. And in the top, you got your one black band down there that goes halfway up, and pretty much these little nubs that stick out, those are that's your halfway point. And I just take a pencil and real lightly mark it so I can guide my masking around there and get it nice and the proper curve and everything. And then you got your next band, which is on the upper half. Then on the next side, you got the complete band that goes all the way up and down, and then you got one quarter of it. Those are each quarter sections, and that's all one piece and everything. But then you got your last quarter of it that's all the way all white and everything. There's a little dimple. I didn't bother messing with that because of the ribbing on there and stuff. And the third stage, the top band on there, that just pretty much goes all the way around and stuff. Got a little touch up there to do. But I just wanted to share this with you, give you an idea, the correct paint scheme, the pattern, and everything. And there's nothing up there than the service module. I just got that on there and taped over just to hold the 4 panels shut and everything. Next thing I'll do is I'll shoot this with a couple coats of clear today, and then I'll do the decals tomorrow. And once the decals are done and I make sure I don't have no touch-ups to do, I'll go over it. Probably going to use a satin finish, so it'll have a bit of a shine rather than a flat and all that. But that's pretty much your paint scheme. When this model is completed, it's 31.5 inches tall roughly, and that's without the base that it comes with. And the base is kind of like the top surface of the launch pad and stuff. But I'll get to that once this is all finished up. But just wanted to go over a quick shot of this so you guys got an idea of the proper paint scheme and everything. And like I said, if you go to nasa.gov.com, they actually got photos of the Apollo 11. And look it up on Google and then go to images. And when you see an image that's got nasa.gov.com under it, click on that. And then just click on the icon or the title underneath the photo, and it'll give you the whole shot of this the Apollo 11 being stacked section by stage, everything being fitted together. It'll give you a picture of it rolling out of the vehicle assembly building. Give you a couple of pictures of the launch rolling down the roadway to the launch pad 39A. And all that, but that's a real good, accurate one. Or else if you just Google up pictures, Google up photos of Apollo 11 or Saturn V rocket, it'll give you a lot of good pictures, and you'll see where where the paint scheme is, where I followed it and stuff. And that's all. It's like I said, I just do a lot of research on stuff to make sure I get things pretty accurate and stuff. There's a bunch of tiny detail decals that go up on the different parts of the stages. You'll see some little raised areas. I believe there's decals that go on there, some type of markings and stuff. So we'll be getting to that in a couple of days. Like I said, I'm going to give it a couple coats of gloss. I'll give it a couple coats today, and I'll let it sit for a day to cure, get real nice and dry. And then after that, I'll do the decals, and then from there I'll do the satin. So till the next time, hope this video was helpful. Like I said, a lot of masking. So you might have to go over things a couple times if you don't get it just right and stuff. These bands up here, getting them straight and all that is it's not the easiest. There's some ribbing on there, but it really doesn't follow true. To your masking and stuff. You can kind of use it for a guide somewhat, but what I do is I mask this whole thing off as one piece, and then once I start masking up, it gives me all my matches all the way up, and all that where the white and the black meet all the way up on all sides is all on center with one another. So that's the main thing you want to do. And like I said, it's easiest if you assemble all the stages together and mask it all as one unit and stuff. That way you're not going to have nothing come out not matching up to where it should be. So that's it for now. Cold out there. We had some a little bit of snow, not as much as they were calling for. We didn't get much of the freezing rain here in the Illinois area where I live, west of Chicago and all. But today's a nice day to do the clear and all that, and keep warm. And I'll be watching the Barrett Jackson car auction, something I like to watch, all the custom cars and the classics and stuff. And they had the 2020 rear engine Corvette. They call it a mid-engine, but the engine's in the rear nowadays. Awesome looking Corvette. I think they said you can pick one up once once they start putting them on the showroom floor for around 60,000 entry fee or entry price tag. It's a mid-engine. It's very sharp looking, really futuristic looking. It's a lot of different body style to it than the last Corvette, and it sold for $3 million. Its serial number was 001, so it's the first one to roll off the assembly line. And the $3 million went to some charity. I forget which charity, but it was all the proceeds went to some charity, which Barrett Jackson does quite often with a lot of those type of cars. But if you get a chance, check it out. It's a really wild looking take on the Corvette, the new 2020 version. So anyway, that's it for now. That's the Saturn V 1/44 scale by Revell. And the Airfix one, I think they're starting to pop that one again. It's basically the same thing what you're going to do, you know, other than maybe it's got a little bit different detail as far as the kit parts go. But the paint scheme is basically the same and all that. So till the next time, we'll be talking to you. I'd like to thank all my subscribers. Thanks to all my new subscribers. Thanks for hitting the like button. Thanks for leaving all the great comments. Anybody out there in the nasty weather, be safe out there, stay warm, and we'll be talking to you soon. Till the next time, take care. Bye.